Jorge Prado's disastrous debut and how it could have been avoided. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So today we're going to read between the lines and look between the cracks with Jorge Prado.
No, Walty, don't look between the cracks. Only report on rainbows and sunshine.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look between the ruts. We got some big ruts here, my friends. We pulled it, so if you're new, please get subscribed. Jump over to the community page and participate in some of that polling. We asked it. Should Cowie have waited and debuted this guy in the outdoors? Typically, that's the path we take when we get guys acclimated to American Moto. And, I mean, whether you're coming up through the 250 class, typically we'll start them in the outdoors. You don't just throw them right into the Gladiator Dome, the Shark Tank, the blood sport of Supercross. And that's what happened to Jorge Prado. And unfortunately, he suffered a shoulder dislocation, separation, we don't even know. And these things are being kept under wraps. But why? Why would you not? Wait, this guy's an outdoor specialist, right? The European champ. Why throw him into Supercross? Because he had a race or two last year on the gas. New bike, full-time, stacked field, deer in the headlights. He went into one of the berm barrier nets, basically, and popped his shoulder out. Now, it was funny to me because leading up to this, it didn't really seem like too much of a big deal. He was giving all kinds of interviews, although he didn't show up for the press conference at Anaheim 1 because he had jacked himself in a practice crash. Now he's jacked himself on the track, and he's clearly, his whoop speed is not there. Now, Cowie, why did you put this guy on the track? Well, I'll tell you why. I know why. If I had to bet on this one, it's because your sponsors pay you to have two riders on the track. So you're saying, Jorge, listen, bro, just try to limp through this season without getting hurt. When we get to the outdoors, that's when you're going to really shine. We need you out there on that track because we got sponsors paying us to have two bikes out on. Personally, I think it was a horrible idea. Horrible idea. I think you should have held this guy, maybe a select race or two, but really made sure you got him to the outdoors healthy. And now that is in jeopardy. That is bad. And if it wasn't for El Hombre stepping it up, luckily for our boy El Hombre in a contract year, we don't even know if he will be with Cowie next year, because if he continues doing what he's doing now, which is podiums, all kinds of factory teams will be clamoring if they got a spot available to take that guy over there. And, this is the name of the game. You're going to go where the money is typically. Now, his stock value has gone up. There's a good chance El Hombre, as long as the money's close, better, or equal, will stay with Cowie because he's basically familiar there. Why go start with a brand new team and have to learn things all over again, especially as you get towards the end of your career? But we've seen people like Beast Mode Eli Tomac jump ship from Cowie over to Star Racing Yamaha and actually become just as, if not more, relevant. So you just never know. This is an interesting dynamic. Personally, if I was Cowie, I would have brought up, I don't know if it was doable or he was available, but I would have taken an Austin Forkner and said, dude, cruise over to Factory Cowie. I actually think Austin Forkner would probably be a better 450 rider than a 250 rider. I think he's matured now to the levels that he belongs with the dudes in the 450 class, not all these full send it, loose cannon 250 riders that are unpredictable, and I think he has to override that bike, and that's why he gets in trouble. Now, not to say he couldn't have a catastrophic get-off in the 450s, but I believe it's time for him to dip his toe into the 450 world. Now, we're going to see what happens over there at Triumph and how he does with that 250. There's a good chance we're going to get more of the same, and we'll never get the opportunity to see him on a 450. At this point, Austin, I think if you can get through the season on this 250, I mean, if you win the championship, great. That's enough said. You're going 450 at some point. But even if you don't, I think you need to take a shot at a 450, especially if you can get a factory ride. And here's the thing, Callie, I believe you would have been better off with an Austin Forkner, moving him over to that 450 to be the supporting cast to El Hombre than Jorge Prado. I believe that you rushed him in there thinking, hey, we just need another bike on the track, get him through the season, no pressure. I'm sure you've told him. And you've seen the interviews with Jorge Prado. He's all happy and everything's rainbows and unicorns and lollipops and sunshine over there. No pressure. Why? Because clearly he's off the pace. Clearly he's off the pace. He can't get through the whoops. And even if he can, he's lacking in other areas. But of course, they gave him wiggle room to say, dude, top 10s, we're stoked. If you're a top 10 guy, we'll be beating what we did last year with AC. Adam Cincerello wasn't even a top 10 guy. He was a lapper on a factory bike, which in fact, Jorge Prado is becoming a lapper too. So they basically traded one lapper for another. And the thing is about Jorge Prado, they wooed him over. Because you see, Jorge Prado doesn't care. You know why Jorge Prado doesn't care? Because he already got paid. He got paid a buku dinero to go over there. So his money's safe in his bank account. And so he knows if it doesn't work out, he's got a trump card. He can always go back to Europe, and there'd be a bunch of factory teams that would welcome him back with open arms. So he's in a great position. He should be all smiles. I believe this rests mainly on Cowie, and while I understand potentially, if what I'm saying has any ring of truth, and the truth is usually somewhere in the middle, if not dead on, you needed 2 450 riders because that's when you sell these sponsorships and the people that buy in to sponsor this team, that's what they signed on to get, and you had to give it to them. But we asked it here at the Walty Wanderers community page of the YouTube channel. The hard-hitting, whistle-blowing, blow-it-apart channel. Should Cowie have waited and debuted Jorge in the outdoors instead of Supercross? Let's jump over, take a look at where those results are currently. Then we're going to meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, race fans, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors. Win ass on the Walty Wanderers community page of the YouTube channel. Kawasaki rider Prado should have debuted in the outdoors instead of Supercross. 59% of you said, yeah, bro, for sure they should have done that. While 41% of you said, no, throw them to the wolves, bro. It's time to put up or shut up. Boom, and there it is there. Make sure you guys jump over, participate in the polling, bring some tear-offs, jump into the comments, and let the roost fly. Now let's jump back to the studio and wrap this baby up. All right, friends, welcome back, and there you go. So a lot of you guys might guess, because it's pretty even, right? It's pretty even indeed. But, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out. Of course. The dude that has no Supercross experience. Why start him in a full season of Supercross? I believe you should have gave him an abbreviated season, similar to the way he came over and raced select rounds last year, even won a heat race in the mud, which is basically not even a Supercross anymore. It's a motocross on a Supercross track. It played right into his hand. This dude needs to just hammer out whoops all day, every day, until he can go through them at the same speed as everybody else. Then you put him on. But right now, that's his Achilles heel. And he's having a hard time because he's feeling the pressure to try to go out there and perform at least at a high enough level that keeps him in the conversation. Of course, he would like to win, but he obviously understands he is outgunned in the 450 class. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now, shark infested. Jorge Prado, welcome to the swimming pool. My brother, you found yourself in the deep end for sure. You are sidelined at the moment. And when you come back, if you come back, when you come back to Supercross, it's not like you're going to be stronger than you were prior to the crash. Right now, we don't know if you're coming back, if this thing needs surgery. At the time of this video, we don't know. Justin, in fact, Prado is out for Glendale. That information is in. One thing's guaranteed. You've got a lot of work to do to get up to speed for Supercross, and most likely you would have been much better off had you started in the outdoors. But in the meantime, Walter will be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.